Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to grade 10 mathematical literacy. We are currently in week 8. I'm so happy to be with you guys again today. My name is Mike Geldermees. You guys just call me Mr. G or Sir. Today we will carry on with our topic that we've been dealing with, tariff systems. So we're going to do a couple of more examples, then we're going to finish it off today. So then I hope that we can, put this behind us, and we are all confident that we know how to deal with questions when it comes to tariff systems. There's my information as well, my email address. I really encourage you guys to do the questions that I send you, that you take a screenshot of, that send them to me, or even if you just want to say hi, send me a mail. If you have some questions, I'm always here for you. So you are more than welcome to contact me on that email address. Okay, so let's quickly have a peek at what we'll do today. I just want to repeat again, our focus this week has been a recap of term 2. So all the things that you've done during term 2, we kind of ran through doing a bit of a recap of everything that we've been doing. So our main focus, obviously, this week has been tariff systems, while finances in a whole with our financial documentation that we use at home. And I've got a little example of a statement again today. So we're going to answer some questions with that as well. So just to tie everything in together, both concepts that we've been dealing with this week. So, and then we're going to use another example of using tariff systems to make calculations. Okay, so before we carry on, let me quickly ask you guys who can tell me what is a tariff system. I hope we are a lot of people today. Let me see who's Cassie is here. No, Cassie is here every day. Megan is here. Tambo is back. Nkosipile is here. Sharon, it's nice to have you guys with us. Viwe is back as well. Kyla, so nice to have you guys with us. So who can remember, who can tell me what is a tariff system? What is a tariff system? I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to send me an answer in the chat. What is a tariff system? Can anybody remember? Remember, many banks and cell phone companies and transport companies use tariff systems. And we also discussed the different factors that can influence the cost. So what is a tariff system? I'm going to move on here. There we go, Sharon, thank you very much. It's a table of fixed charges for services. Tiro, great, guys, that is very nice. Yes, it's a list of or schedule of predetermined prices for services. And then we've got a few examples: trains, buses, electrical usage. Tariffs are predetermined rates that are used to determine how much money you owe or for a given service. And then, like I mentioned, tariff cost can be influenced by a number of factors. And we've gone through those factors, for example, duration and distance, and even just a number of consumers or customers, location. But then here's the question I gave you guys yesterday. Let's see quickly who went and looked at this question, and did you guys do it? Remember, I always encourage you, do your homework or go through it. It's just extra work for us to practice, practice, practice. Thank you, Sharon. I know you, every day you do your homework. I actually want to see you guys. I want to see you guys send me your homework. I really am interested in looking at it. And if I can pick up anything, then I would like to help you and give you some tips maybe. because it's always easier to pick up where a student is struggling if, you know, one-on-one, if we talk to each other and the student asks specific questions, I can start picking up, you know what, maybe someone is struggling here a little bit more than a different place. So I really encourage you guys to send me the homework, okay? So let's quickly look at this. We have a table here for a telephone company called Neotel, okay? Our question, I'm going to go through to our slide because then we can just look at each part individually, okay? So here we go. Our first question was, Wendy calls her friend Karabo, who lives nearby, from her Neotel landline, okay? On a Wednesday afternoon. They talk for 540 seconds. Okay, so the first thing that we always do is we ask ourselves, okay, let's quickly look at the question. How much will a call cost if Karabo is with another phone provider? Remember what we always do first? We always ask ourselves, what do we know? Okay, and they give us a whole bunch of information here. First of all, how long is the call? You can tell me how long is the call. We've got that information. The call is, there we go, 540 seconds. Okay, just remember we always have to make sure we use the units, just so that we don't confuse ourselves as well. Because remember, the Neotel table that they give us up here, the prices are listed per minute. So we know already later on we're going to have to convert the seconds to minutes to know exactly how much a call will cost. Okay, what else do we know? We know it is on a Wednesday afternoon. You can tell me, why is that important? Why is it important that we take note that this is on a Wednesday afternoon? Who knows? Why would we have to know it is on a Wednesday afternoon? It is an important part of this question. Anybody? Why is it important that we know it's on a Wednesday afternoon? Maybe the price would change on other days like the weekend. There we go. If we read on the table over here, we can see after hours calling is between 6 and 7. Okay, so on a Wednesday afternoon, we know it is going to be peak time. Okay, so there's a difference in call rates, whether it's peak or whether it is off peak. So we need to make sure, you know, what time of day it is or when it is, so that we can actually use the correct numbers to calculate. Okay, so there we go. It's a local peak call because we know they also say her friend lives nearby. Over here, we can see nearby. So we know that it is a local call. And it also states it here. Remember, I gave it to you guys in the question. It is a local call. So, and then now here is also another important point. How much will the call cost if Karabo is with another provider? Okay, we can see two columns. One column is Neotel to landline, and the other one is Neotel to Neotel. Okay, so we know that there is going to be a difference there as well. Okay, so we know it is 540 seconds. How are we going to change this to minutes? How many seconds are there in a minute? $60 seconds. There we go. So we just divide 540 divided by 60, and that gives us 9 minutes. Okay, and now we can also see up here, it is a different phone provider. So we're not going to use Neotel to Neotel, we're going to use Neotel to landline. So how much does it cost us per minute? If we look at the table, how much does it cost us per minute? The cost per minute, thank you, Sharon, is 34 cents. Yes. So we're just going to times 9 minutes by 34 cents, and we get 3 Rand and 6 cents. This is how much this call is going to cost Wendy. Okay, that's easy enough, right? Everybody? Everybody still okay? Let's move on to the second part of this question. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you. Is it Nkospile and Tiro? Thank you, guys. Part 2 of the question. How much will the call cost if Karabo is also with Neotel? Now, they just changed it. We're going to use the same information because we already know it's 9 minutes. It's a local call. It's a Wednesday afternoon. But it is with Neotel. That's the only thing that changed. So our call cost now per minute would be 17 cents. So we're going to use the same formula, 540 seconds divided by 60 seconds in a minute, gives us 9 minutes, and we times that now by 17 cents. And it gives us a total of 1 Rand 53. I actually wanted to ask you guys when I started, and I totally forgot. Do you guys have your calculators with you? Who's got their calculators with them? Everybody has got the calculator with you? Me, thank you guys. Yes, if you guys don't have one with you right now, and you have one at home, or if you have one on your computer or your phone, I want you to open it up because I'm going to ask you guys to do some calculations for me. Okay. Let's look at question 2 of that table. Neo's mother lives in the Transkei. His mother has a Neotel phone. Neo lives in Johannesburg and has a non-Neotel phone. If his mother calls him from Transkei, now here we also put in it's now a national call, on a Saturday, what will the cost, or what will the cost, oh, I made a little mistake there. What will the call cost her per minute? Okay, first of all, again, what do we know? We know it's a national call. And why did I choose off-peak? Who can tell me why I chose national off-peak? What in the sentence told us that this is now, okay, because national is easy, because it just shows us, yes, she's in the Transkei, and it's a national call. But why did I choose the off-peak tariff? What tells us that it is off-peak? Over here, it says on a Saturday. Okay, and we know, there we go. Thank you, Tiro. It's a Saturday. And if we don't know why, because over here, we can see what our off-peak. After hours calling daily between 6 p.m. and 7 a.m., plus all day on weekends and public holidays. So we know that, you know what? This is an easy question. What will the call cost her per minute? And we can just answer, it will cost her 33 cents. Okay. Let's look at part 2 of the question. Will the call be cheaper if Neo had a Neotel phone line that his mother could call him on? Let's quickly see. What do you guys think? If Neo also had a NeoTel phone, would the call be cheaper? What do you guys think? It will. Why will it be cheaper? Sharon says no. Nkosipile says it will. Tiro says he is not sure. If we just look on the table, it says 43 cents. But we have to remember there's a whole bunch of other information here that we have to look at, okay? Look at that, the information they give us. That is why it's always so important to read the entire column, just to make sure. They say, between these times, look at what NeoTel is going to ask you. Look at that. What does that say? Between 6 in the evening and 7 in the morning, and weekends and public holidays, what is a call going to cost you if you phone from NeoTel to NeoTel? It is going to be free of charge. You're not even going to pay for it. There we go, Sharon. Yes, you are not even going to pay for the call. Yes, so NeoTel to NeoTel is free after hours and on weekends. Okay. You will also see here that peak and off-peak for NeoTel shows the same amount. They did that because they know, you know what, down here it's going to be free. So they're not even going to make a special rate for their off-peak because they're just going to give it to you for free. Okay, now this one, let me quickly see how well you guys pay attention. How much would a 420-second call cost from Johannesburg to the Transkei, from a NeoTel line to a NeoTel line, if Neo called his mother at 8:30 on a Monday evening, on a Monday night? Now, who can quickly do that? That sounds like a whole lot of information. Who can tell me what will a call cost? But it's a bit of a trick question because if we pay careful attention to the question, we know. Do you guys want me to help you out? Look at that. This is just a little bit of a trick question. They give us so much information. They tell us it's a 420-second call. It's from Joburg to the Transkei. It is NeoTel to NeoTel. But you know what? The last bit of the information is the most important. It is 8:30 on a Monday night. And again, up here, we know our after-hour calling is between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. So if they phone NeoTel to NeoTel, the call is after hours and it will also be for free. Okay, does everybody understand that? Can I move on to the next one? Okay, Tiro is ready. Kosipile is ready. Okay, nice. Well done, guys. Okay, now this one, remember, all we have to do is we always just have to make sure, what do we know? And then break down what they are asking us. Here we are also going to use the tariff system provided. And now this is from Buffalo City Metro, okay? Gives the following tariffs for electricity for schools and sports fields in the East London area. Okay, so first of all, what do we know? We know there are different kind of blocks for the amount of electricity used. Okay, so our first block is 2,000 kilowatt hours. Our second block is the next 8,000. And then if they use above 10,000. And then let's look at the last thing they say, a minimum charge per month or part thereof. Okay, so we know we're dealing with electricity units, and they are broken up in different blocks. Okay, what else do we know? There we go. That's the quantity. Okay, so then over here in these three blocks, the green, yellow, and red, first we've got how much it is per unit. And if we look carefully, it says excluding VAT. Okay, the next one gives us the VAT. And remember, even though it is now 15%, the question says 14, so we will use 14. Okay, and then the total including VAT. Okay, so here it just tells us how much we have to pay per unit, excluding VAT, VAT, and the total VAT inclusive. Okay, so let's use this column to answer some questions. Okay, A. Buffalo High School uses 9,000 kilowatt hours of electricity in 1 month. How much will their electricity cost before? Now already we just circle that just to make sure we take note. Before that is added. So where do we start? Where do we start? Okay, we know that the first 2,000 kilowatt hours will be charged at what rate? Who can tell me what rate will the first 2,000 kilowatt hours be charged at? The first 2,000 kilowatt hours will be charged at? There we go. Thank you, Sharon. Yes, we just look at excluding VAT, and it will be charged at 1 rand, let's say 1.24566 rand per unit. Okay, and remember, like I said, with calculations like these, when we use many decimals, we will leave that right up until the end before we round. Okay, so we leave it like that. So yes, we will have 2,000 units times 1.24566 rand per unit, and then it gives us a total of 2,491 rand and 32 cents. Okay, but we know they are using 9,000 kilowatt hours. Okay, so next one. How many units do they use in the second block? You can tell me how many units do they use in the second block? How many units do they use in the second block? Remember, Sharon, this is for the next 8,000. They are only using 9,000 units, okay? So we already have 2,000 units. So how many units are left? How many units are left? They don't use the full 8,000. They only use a part of the 8,000. How do we know how much they use? We go 9,000 minus the 2,000 we already have. Remember, they don't charge the whole 9,000 at that rate. Oopsie, I don't know what happened there. They only charge 7,000 units at the rate of 0.92405. Does everybody understand how I got that? Remember, the first block is 2,000 units. Second block is the next 8,000 units. So that's 10 together. And then above 10, there's a different rate. Okay? So we've got 9,000 units for the school that they use, but 2,000 is charged in block 1, and now the other 7,000 is charged in block 2. Okay, so then we just go 9,000 minus the 2,000 gives us 7,000 units, and we will multiply the 7,000 units with the rate over here of 0.92405. And that will give us 6,468.35 cents. Okay, but the question then was, how much will their electricity cost before? Thank you, there we go. So Nkosipile is already with her calculator. She gave us the answer. Now, what will their electricity cost before VAT? What do we have to do? We just have to add the two totals together. So who can do that for us quickly? Add the two totals together. Let's see whose fingers can work those calculators. The first one that answers will get a virtual chocolate. I'll send you a picture. There we go. Okay. Yes, so 8,959 Rand and 67 cents. Well done, guys. Very well done. Okay, part 2 of the question now, it says, calculate what the 14% VAT on the school's electricity bill will be. Remember, what did we say? How do we calculate a percentage? We just multiply, and we know we're going to use 14% VAT. So we're just going to multiply the total with 14 over 100. And what does that give us? 8,959 times 0.14. Remember 0.14? That is just 14 over 100. There we go, Sharon. It gives us 1,200. Now remember, this is just the VAT total. This is just how much VAT we will pay. But what is the question? Oh, that is the question. What is the VAT? That's the VAT. The third part is calculate the total the school will pay for electricity in the month, including VAT. So now we just have to add VAT to our total, excluding VAT. Let's see who can get that first. Let's see, 8,959.67 plus 1,254.35 cents. And that gives us, ooh, sorry, I pressed the button already before anybody's answers came through on my side. There we go, Sharon. Sharon was fastest fingers first again. Yes, and then we would, ooh, Sharon, I have two different answers. Maybe one of us made a calculation, and maybe I made a calculation error when I was typing it out. See, we have to be so careful. Let's go. Look, let me quickly double check on my side as well. I think I made the mistake. Yes, wow, well done, guys. As you can see, I made a bit of a finger error here. So it's 2, let's cross that out. It is 10,214.02. Well done, guys. Very nice. Well done. Let's look at part B. Okay. Eastwood Primary School closes for the month of December and uses no electricity during this period, what will the school electricity bill be, including VAT? What will the electricity bill be, including VAT? Let's see who can figure this one out. What will the electricity bill be? So how do we work it? Okay. There's no electricity. Just let's look at the table they provide us with. And then what information there can we use to tell us a minimum charge per month? So even if you don't use anything, how much are you going to pay? Remember, guys, they will always give you all the information, okay? So there is a minimum charge. We don't even have to calculate anything. All we tell them is there is a minimum charge per month. And yes, Sharon, the minimum charge, including VAT, is 187.3342. Okay, and then we'll just round that. 187 Rand and 33 cents. Does that answer your question, Tiro? So remember, they will always give you the information. We just have to make sure we look at everything carefully and then just use what they provide us. Okay, so be careful of a question like this, because immediately we think, oh, we don't have enough information. What are we going to do? But if we go through everything nicely, we will see that, you know what, the information is there. Okay, part C. Windy Vale High School has a large campus and sports fields, and on average uses 11,000 kilowatt hours of electricity per month. Calculate how much the school's electricity bill will be, including VAT. Now, basically, we're going to do the exact same thing we did with part A. We just know now that they use more than 10,000. So we're going to go through step by step again. The first 2,000, but now we just have to make sure, because they tell us in the question, including VAT, right? So now we are going to use this column, the numbers in the very last column, the including VAT. Okay, so the first 2,000 units, we multiply by 1.42 Rand per unit. Does everybody agree with that? 1.42 Rand per unit. That is including VAT. Okay, and then we can just kind of carry on with that. Ooh, it is 2,840 Rand. Okay. Next part, because remember that is not just the first 2,000 units. Now we see the next 8,000 units are charged at, who can tell me, what is the next 8,000 units charged at? Okay, 2,000, let's quickly look at that table. Just move my checkbox, it's now over my, look over in the column. Look over in the column in Kosipile. We will see here the first 2,000 is the first blue line, okay? The first 2,000. Okay, there we go, you can see it now. Okay, so the first 2,000 kilowatt hours is at the 1.42, okay? We know the school is using, in the question, if we look in the question over here, they use 11,000 kilowatt hours. Okay, so yes, Tiro, the next 8,000 over here in the next blue line will be charged at 1 Rand, 1.053 Rand per unit. Okay, is everybody still following? So if you just 8,000 times that, it gives it 8,427 Rand and 20 cent for that block, just for that block. Okay. Now, how many kilowatt hours do they use above 10,000? Who can quickly tell me that? How much above 10,000 units do they use? Remember, here we already have 2,000. Here we have 8,000. And we know they use a total of 11,000. That is what the question tells us. They use 11,000 units. So how much is left? How many units do we, there we go, 1,000 more. 1,000 more units will be charged at the 1 Rand, 1.4818 Rand per unit, okay? And that will give us a total of 1,481 Rand and 80 cents. Okay. Does everybody understand where I got all the information from? So now for us to calculate how much the bill is, who can tell me what will the bill be? I'm going to give you guys a minute or so just to quickly calculate for me. What will the total bill be? Remember, we have to add all of it together just to get the bill for, is it Windy Vale? Yes, Windy Vale High School. So let's see, you can quickly calculate that for us. How much will their bill be for 11,000 units? Let's see, Sharon is first. Let's check my answer. And yes, we've got the same answer this time. 12,749 Rand. There we go. Thank, including that. Yes, well done, guys. Okay, so guys, is it that difficult if we just really make sure we take note of all the information they give us? Then, like I always say, I'm going to say it over and over again. You guys will hear me say this many more times. It is, we have to establish first, what do we know? Look at the information carefully, and then what exactly are they asking us to do? Okay, well done, guys. You guys are really making so much progress. I love it. Activity 2 is really simple. You guys will see. I'm not going to ask you any difficult questions here. We can just look at it. This is the financial documentation we looked at for our households. It will just be quick answers. I hope you guys will, I want to really see who answers first, okay? So let's quickly look at that. There's this Ivy store receipt that we have. We have this Ivy store receipt. I'm going to ask you guys some questions about that receipt, and then I hope to see you guys type, because we don't have that much more time. So let's see, fastest fingers. Okay, you guys ready? You guys ready? Let's see. In what city does Michael live? In what city does Michael live? Remember, on a sheet, a receipt or statement, there's a whole lot of information. We've gone through that on Monday and Tuesday. So who can tell me quickly if we look at this? Oh, there we go. Nkosipile is first, then Tiro second. Yes. Well done, guys. If we look at that, Polokwane. Michael lives in Polokwane. Next question. Are you guys ready? How many times did Michael shop at Ivy Supermarket in April 2013? How many times did he shop? 5 times. Sharon says 5 times. Viewer says 5 times. Oh no, guys, look carefully. How many times did he shop? If we look at the statement, it actually says in the description, here's a description. And if we go down the description, it says opening balance, purchase, payment, purchase, purchase. So how many times did Michael shop at Ivy Supermarket? There we go. He only shopped 3 times. Well done, guys. Only shopped 3 times. Okay, let's see. Next question. How much money did he owe from his previous invoice? How much money did he owe from his previous invoice? How much money did he owe from his previous invoice? There we go, Sharon. Sharon's first. Remember, our opening balance shows us all the amounts that have been transferred over from our previous invoice. Well done, Sharon. Okay, are you guys ready for the next question? And let's go 3, 2, 1. When last did he pay money into his account? And how much did he pay? How much did he pay and when? When and how much did he pay? The last payment he made. Let's see, tick tock, tick tock. We need to get some music for everybody. Let's see, 31st. Okay, that is when the next payment is due. Last payment was the 31st. That's Tiro as well. Okay, I don't have a correct answer yet. Let's look on it. On the statement itself, it says 8 April 2013. Payment, thank you. 623 Rand. That is how much he paid. That was his opening balance as well. So we know that Michael actually paid his entire bill. He paid his entire bill, 623 Rand. Okay, remember the total that you guys are talking about, the 31st of May? That is when the new payment, is due. And the new payment, we will see down here, total due, that will be 771. That's the new total. Okay, we only have a minute or 2 left. Let's quickly do the next one. Name 2 ways in which Michael can pay his account. 2 ways Michael can pay his account. Remember, all the information is on the document. How can Michael pay his account? Cash, yes, cash is one. How else can he pay it? I'm going to run through these a bit quicker. Let's look there at my blue square. Payments via electronic fund or EFT or cash deposit. There we go. Thank you, Tiro. If Michael receives his invoice in the post on 10 May 2013, how many weeks does he have to pay his bill? Now we know he receives it on, there we go. Thank you, Viewer. Maybe your connection is a bit slow because I see your answers are coming through as soon as we start the next question. But well done, very well done. He receives his, this one I'm going to do because there's some calculation in this one. He receives it on the 10th, but we know his next payment is due on the 31st, like we showed you guys already. Okay, so he has 21 days to pay his account. And 21 days, how many weeks is that? 3 weeks. Okay. And then the last thing quickly, show how the 94 Rand VAT is calculated. Okay, we know what the amount is. It's 94 Rand. We just use the total, excluding that, 676.66 cents, and times that by 14%. And we will get our answer. Okay, I'm going to skip this one because I quickly want you guys to take a screenshot. We've ran out of time, so I quickly want you guys to take a screenshot of your homework that I want you guys to. I actually put my email address on this screen as well, so I don't have to go back to the first page where my email address is. So I want everybody to quickly take a screenshot of this. And then it looks like a lot, but if you read it, it's actually not that difficult. We'll just deal with one part at a time, guys. Remember, don't look at the whole question, just go bit by bit, and you'll see it's actually not that difficult. So everybody take a screenshot. I will come back to this now. I want to invite you guys to come back tomorrow. Tomorrow, we probably won't, we'll just focus on some introduction, but I'm going to see if we can play a Kahoot game again. I'm not sure how many of you played with us last Friday, but it was quite fun and we had a lot of fun. So I'm going to see if we can play a game again tomorrow, but otherwise we're going to do some introduction and key concepts for measuring length, weight, volume, and temperature. Okay, here are some helpful links, siavula.com or education.gov.za. And then guys, if you want to follow us on social media, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. But then I just want to say have a wonderful afternoon and I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Have a lovely afternoon, guys. Bye-bye.